What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. This is an early premiere part 1 of season 4, episode 8. And the title of this episode is Strange Land. Let's start off with Lisa and Usman. So Lisa says that last night was horrible and she just knew that she was going back to America a single woman. They have since then moved past their disagreement. Now in the next scene, Lisa will be going to meet Usman's mother to get her blessing. Lisa doesn't possess any of the qualities Usman's mother would want for her son, but she's going to make an attempt anyway. She's very nervous. She just doesn't know how this meeting is going to go. So Usman and Lisa go to get a goat for Lisa to purchase and present as a sign of respect for his mom. Usman explains that his mom will keep the goat for some time and then kill it and eat it eventually. So once Lisa finds a goat she thinks would be perfect to present to Usman's mother, they inquire on a price. The man says $40,000. Now, this converts to $115 US. Now, I'm wondering if he looked at Lisa's skin and hiked that price up. Do I have any Nigerian Rumor Has It Official besties who listen in and can tell me if Lisa was quoted a fair price for the goat? Comment down below and educate us. So moving on, Lisa says to Usman, is the man quoting her that price because she's white? She tells the camera crew that she would do anything to be with Usman, but she's certain that she's getting ripped off by the man because she's a white American. Usman reassures Lisa it's not because she's a white American and that he would never let someone rip her off. Usman, now he had me weak when Lisa made a comment about how the goat she chose is very talkative. And he responds, yeah, like you. I really like Usman because he sticks up for himself. Now tell me why she named the goat Barney. Why? How did she even come up with that name? Barney? Well, she must be Baby Bop then. If the goat is Barney, she must be Baby Bop because I don't know how she came up with that name for the flipping goat. Oh my gosh. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Let's move on to Geoffrey and Varya. So Varya says that she is full of energy because she's home and can't wait to show Geoffrey around Siberia. Let's talk about how Geoffrey has his one-on-one time with the camera crew, right? His energy is just too much for me. He seems irritated and it's just it comes off a little bit aggressive when he explains how Varya's mother doesn't want her daughter to go to America. I mean, what parent would want their child to go so far away with a man that they've never even met? She hasn't had real time to get to know him and feel comfortable that he's going to be good to her daughter, take care of her daughter, that he'll, provide and make sure that she's straight. He should understand that. So Varya and Geoffrey have breakfast and then head off to meet with Geoffrey's Russian friend that they'll be going on a camping trip with. He says that it's time for him to tell Varya about his past. Now, before they go on this camping trip, Varya shows Geoffrey around her hometown, showing him her school and telling him as a kid that, they use the construction site as their playground. Even though that does seem a bit dangerous, that was her upbringing, and Geoffrey, to me, just comes off very judgy about everything. Now, as she's talking to him, you can tell that he's thinking about telling her about his past. He's trying to find the right time to tell her. He's contemplating if this is the right time to tell her. And Varya can tell something is on his mind and says to him, what are you thinking about? Geoffrey responds, telling her that he's been to prison for selling drugs. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on that scene with Geoffrey and Varya. Let's move on to Ed and Rose. So the family dinner is over, okay? And it's now time to make sleeping arrangements. Ed says that he's starting to get nervous and is trying to figure out where he's going to sleep. Now, he's not looking forward to it. He's not looking forward to staying with Rose at her place, but he said that he already told her family that he would stay, so he can't back out now. Now, I was so weak when the dad walked in the room and said that he decided he's going to sleep in the room with them so that they can all be together. When Rose tells Ed, he's like, oh, okay, sure. Her father tells the camera crew that he made the decision that he's not comfortable with just Ed and Rose sleeping together. He adds he wants to make sure that Ed respects Rose. Ed tells the camera crew he's never shared a room with his girlfriend and her father in his life. Nah, duh. He adds, but there's a tropical storm outside and he's stuck. That is exactly what Ed gets. I don't feel sorry for this dude one bit. Now, you all remember his co-worker back home did try to warn him, so he should have never promised that he would stay with her. Rose, now she doesn't have a bed, and basically she just has a thin pad that she rolls out to sleep on. Seeing her living conditions humbled me. I'm telling you, it humbled me even more and makes me so grateful for the things I have. I have a bed, I have a mattress, I have warm, clean, fresh sheets to sleep on. I'm just telling you, I sure hope that this girl does get a green card. You know, I'm not about anybody using people to like level up, but I just feel so sad for her, and I really do want to see her get this green card and have a better living situation. Now, I didn't really get to see a great tour of like where Ed lived and how his place looks, but I don't know. I just really feel sad for her. And like I said, I really do hope she can get this green card and come to America. So comment down below and let me know your thoughts on that. Now, moving on, Ed says that he has a skin condition and he has some sheets that he shipped out, but they didn't arrive. He's a dummy. He's a straight up dummy, because he should have packed that in his suitcase instead of all of the other junk that he was packing, lingerie and just different things that he was packing. That shouldn't have been his first priority. He had his friend bring him over, I think, a bottle of wine. He had candy and junk. Let me tell you, Ed is bugging out, okay? He's bugging out. And when the electricity goes out, he jumps up. He jumps up and Rose is like, it's okay, relax, don't panic, I'm here. Ed is trying to sell this whole storyline on, is he just her meal ticket out? Is it not real love? Ed, just stop. I'm not buying it. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Let's move on to Stephanie and Ericka. So it's been 3 days and Stephanie and Ericka have already hit a rough patch. Stephanie says that she's contemplated going home, but she doesn't want the trip to end and to leave just because they had a disagreement. The next day, they travel to Ericka's hometown so Stephanie can meet her friends and family. While she's packing, Ericka is outside on the phone with her friend and says that she doesn't know what to do about Stephanie being jealous. She's a bit nervous for her friends to meet Stephanie. And when she comes back to the room, she tells Stephanie that she went downstairs to call her friend. And Stephanie's like, well, what did y'all talk about? Ericka responds, just about last night. Stephanie tells her that she prefer her not to tell her friends about their problems. Now, comment down below and let me know, do you think that Stephanie is being too controlling? Ericka, she mentions that when Stephanie took her out for dinner, she said that she wanted to make her feel like a princess. Here we go with this whole princess thing again. Like, y'all too grown for that. You is too grown for that. Talk about a flipping princess. I forgot how old this girl is, but that just sounds so childish. But instead of her making her feel like a princess, she says she felt backed into a corner, adding that she's going to have to learn to trust her or things won't work out between them. Now, 2 hours later into their drive, Ericka says to Stephanie, is there anything from last night that you think we should talk about? And Stephanie's like, yeah, there's still stuff I'm upset about from last night, but she doesn't think that the best place to discuss it is in a moving vehicle. Now, Ericka tells her that it seems like there is some control issues and that it really scared her because she's a free-spirited person. She adds that everything that happened between them was very unnecessary. Stephanie says for the past 2 years, she's lacked stability in her life, adding her health was up in the air. So all she wants to know is what's going to happen. So basically, she just further proves Ericka's point and feels the need to control because she hasn't had control over other things that have happened in her life, like her health, for example. She then tells her that she's sorry for making her delete the app and will do her best to trust her. So you tell me, what in the world was all that flipping fuss about? Because she just ends up apologizing to Ericka and telling her sorry for telling you to delete the app. What was all of that for? Moving on. Let's move on to David. So David has been in Ukraine for 4 days, and Lana is still a no-show. He feels that this is a case of Lana being scared. Okay. So he's headed to Lana's hometown because he doesn't believe that it's over. Now, this dude is making an 8-hour drive to find Lana and was clearly warned about the roads being bad. His friend, Anya, told him that it could be very dangerous, but he obviously doesn't care because he's still making the drive. 2 hours later, David is still making the drive and says if he was much younger, he wouldn't be doing this. But he's way beyond the age of marriage and refuses to sit back and wait on Lana to finish her games. So if you think that she's playing games, why are you going to her quote unquote hometown? She gave him this address, but it could very much so be a fake address. We don't know. He doesn't know. So David says that he said to Lana repeatedly to just let him know if she wants the communication between them to stop. And she's never said yes. And she's never told him to stop. Adding that he wants her so much, but it would be so much easier to just be done with her. So almost 300 miles into his driving, David runs into car trouble. It's pitch dark on the road and he's got a flat. He's a dummy. D-U-M-M-Y, straight up dummy. He says that the roads have been worse than he expected. How, David? How? Answer me. How, David? You were warned by your friend Anya. David says that even though the trip has been such a struggle, he's not giving up. And if he meets her, he is still going to propose. He still plans to propose. Comment down below because I'm over it. Let's move on to Avery and Ash. So Ash is taking Avery on a romantic getaway to Cane's, but Avery says despite all of the chemistry they have, she doesn't feel that Ash is completely realistic about some of the challenges that they will face as a couple, especially the situation of him moving to the U.S. with his son Taj. Ash takes Avery to the river to see some doggone crocodiles and says that he's hoping this date will bring back the playfulness to their relationship. We don't have time to be playing. I really agree with Avery. She's there to get some answers, okay? Avery says she's loving all these experiences, but she doesn't see it as a vacation because there's a lot to figure out. She needs to figure out if Ash is going to be her lifelong partner. So it's really important to her that she leaves Australia with all the questions she had coming there answered. Later that night, Avery says to Ash, "When can I meet Taj and his mother?" Ash gives her this vague and rushed response saying, "I'm looking forward to that actually." He says that he's working on it. Ash says Avery wanting to meet his ex is a bit scary, but she's an honest person, and he's unsure what his ex-wife would say to Avery. Avery tells the camera crew that she's starting to question if Ash wants her to meet his ex-wife or not, because there could possibly be more to the situation he doesn't want her to know. Let's move on to Tom. So Tom says that he can't believe what just happened with Darcey. He goes on to say usually he's quite composed in situations like this, but he admits that he said some really unpleasant things to Darcey, adding that he's so frustrated with himself. Now he's trying to clean up his image and do damage control. I see you, Tom. I see what you're trying to do. Too late, lad. It is too late for you. So Tom decides to FaceTime his sister and talk to her about the situation, hoping for a fresh perspective. Now, he chose to FaceTime his sister, knowing that she is not a fan of Darcey and doesn't think that Darcey is a good fit for her brother. I mean, she made it clear on the reunion, did she not? Now, Tom is saying sometimes in the heat of anger, you say things that you don't mean. Now, that is true. Sometimes you do. Sometimes some people could kind of get under your skin and you might say something you don't mean. But then you have other people that say, sometimes when you're upset, you say what you really feel. I don't know. Comment down below, which one do you think it is? Do you think when he said those things he said to her, he meant them? Or he was just simply trying to get under her skin and didn't really care about her feelings? He says that he can see why Darcey is hurt. He tells his sister that he feels sad and he does have feelings for Darcey. I'm not buying that. Now he wants to apologize to Darcey. Now let's go on and move on to Darcey. So on the flip side, Tom is talking to his sister, FaceTiming her. He's having regrets, so he says, about the things that he said. Darcey, on the other hand, we already knew where we were going to find her, at the hotel, in the hotel robe, on her bed, talking to the camera crew, crying. So Darcey is back at the hotel crying. We knew that was going to be the case with her. She says all she really wanted was to be loved, adding Tom is a Jesse in disguise. She says that she feels backstabbed and just wants to know, when is the one going to come along? I think she should have brought her sister or a friend with her. This is so unhealthy and depressing to see her sit in that hotel crying like that. Poor thing. A lot of you don't feel bad for Darcey, but I guess I feel sad for her because I see a broken and hurting woman who really needs to seek some help. That's why I feel sad for her. She's blocked Tom, so he's unable to reach her. She says that she's okay with never seeing or talking to Tom again. Darcey says that she's ready to close this chapter and move on to the next. So I really need to hear your thoughts on 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. This is an early premiere, part 1 of season 4, episode 8. And the title of this episode is Strange Land. Comment down below letting me know your thoughts on this early premiere. Give this video a big thumbs up and share it with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified on the next time that I make an upload. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.